Greetings YouTube, Fuzzfinger here once again, and in today's episode of the Zodiac Age we're going to be heading back into the Golmore Jungle and facing off against our next boss encounter. If you enjoy watching, please do go ahead and hit the like button and be subscribed to the Fuzzfinger Gaming YouTube channel. Let's get started with today's video. So as we begin today and we move into the Golmore Jungle, we're very quickly going to be facing off against quite a tough boss. So before you actually head out, I recommend just setting up your gambits. May need to remove status effects, especially oil, but also status effects such as confuse, slow, sleep, silent, poison, that kind of stuff. So I've set Ash up with a bunch of Asunas, as well as removing oil status with handkerchiefs, which Asuna doesn't remove oil, you see, so... if you need handkerchiefs, by the way, you can kill the Belias Fiend in stage 10 of the trials multiple times. You'll have a whole bunch of them at that point, so you'll be good to go. Or you can just purchase them, whichever you prefer. Anyway, whenever you're ready, we're going to head out into the Golmore Jungle itself. This isn't the first time, obviously, we've been into this place. There's once again going to be enemies such as Marlboroughs that we need to be careful and cautious of. And if I just bring up the map here, we're going to head this direction because there's a magic barrier which we should be able to pass through now. And indeed, it seems like we can. So this area is known as the Whisperleaf Way. And we're just going to follow the linear path here, checking for any treasures that might spawn. As we do, of course. We love our treasures, indeed. Speed things up a bit, I guess. And here come the wonderful Marlboroughs. That us Final Fantasy fans just, we treasure them, don't we? There's nothing more fun than being hit with a whole bunch of status nonsense. Okay, and onwards we go. And there's going to be another save crystal coming up in a moment. And it's actually in this area. Oh, look at that, it's another teleport crystal. Along with some other treasures. Amber armlet. I always love collecting new gear and what have you. I'm not going to bother to save, actually. It takes too much time, and we've just done so. Say hello to the Wood Warder. Wood Warder. Bit of a tongue twister, that, isn't it? Wood Warder. Okay. And then we're going to head on to the north. And a cutscene is going to commence, followed by a boss battle. And meet the Elder Wyrm, a level 27, what I can only really describe as a tree, with around 72,000 hit points. So let's not waste any time. We're going to start off with a nice quickening chain. And we're going to try and target the boss and its two ads. Although it looks like we're not going to be able to quite easily, so I'll just target the boss to get a big chunk of its health off. If you can get everything in, then that's wonderful. And we can see those status ailments coming in already. And we'll try and build up a nice chain of quickenings here. If the time allows, that is. And we should do a nice chunk of damage. Ash up next. I think we've actually just run out of time on that, haven't we? I was drinking my tea while pressing those buttons as well.
How about some of this?
Oh no, we've still got a little bit of time left, so could potentially get another one in. Nope, that's it. As long as you get at least 3 quickenings, you'll get the Inferno finisher. You get Torrent, and I believe it's either 5 or 6. What did we get then? Was it 5 or 6? Whatever it was is probably what you need for Torrent. And now it's going to hit us with all manner of mean stuff. By the way, you might be familiar with this fella if you've done some of the trials. I think the 13th or 14th trial has this guy in. So Ash is going to hopefully start healing us up, slowly but surely. Let's just speed things up a moment here. Oh, she's been sacked. Okay. Probably could do with bringing someone else in then to heal up a little bit, couldn't we? We can't at the moment. Wonderful. So all we can really do is this. I'm going to go ahead and remove silence from Ash, so then she can start tuning and curing people back up again. Try that again. Right, we got silence off Ash. So these status ailments are a real pain, as you can see. This is where we could do with ribbon, but we don't have it yet. Can we bring anybody else in at this point just to start getting some healing going? Let's bring Fran in for a moment. Right, it looks like we're getting nicely stocked up again now. So we're going to continue on just taking out these treants. Okay, and at that point we should be able to start damaging the boss once more. I'm going to bring Van out. Fran I was going to do, but can't at the moment. So here we go again. The Elder Wyrm is being very worm-like. I mean, I understand his frustration. We've just woken him up from his slumber, and we all feel a bit grumpy, don't we, in the morning? Who can we get out and who can't we get out? Let's get rid of Van, because he's just going to be obliterating people, which wouldn't be very pretty, I assure you. Right, okay. And it looks like we're back on top of things now. So who can we get out and can't get out? Let's bring Van back in, get him healed, and we'll get rid of Balthier again for a short time. Right, so everyone's back to good shapes again. Very briefly take Varn out of being bashing, because he's good at doing some damage. He's our Bashy. And right now, I'm after some good damage. Let's see if we can steal anything as well. Don't think Bash can steal. No. Who are my thieves? Ash. Fran. And I don't know if Lars is going to be able to do anything, so ignore that. Oh, we stole something. You can steal a few items from this guy, but only one of them can actually be stolen, depending on whichever one the game wants to give you. Come on. Oh, and he's doing this again. So now we're just going to have to heal these status ailments one more time. And we should have this one in the bag then. And he's down. Right, so we should get our victory screen. Interesting, there's no dialogue in any way, shape or form about that encounter. I guess our party members just don't want to talk about it. Wow, 10,000 gil, I'll take that if you don't mind. I'm assuming that's one of those one-time only chests, but we are going to just head back to save at this point before we go forward. Right, so all that's left to do now is to proceed through the eastern path here, or the eastern paths as two, although we can choose which one we want to take, or explore them both for all the treasures, and this will take us into the next area that we're going to be heading into. I know there's a southern section that you can see of this map that we haven't yet explored, but we will actually be coming back to the jungle here a little bit later on, so don't worry about that for the time being, but we do want to collect the treasures from this area first. Right then, so I'm just going to check that we did actually get the treasure from the save crystal room. Oh, come on. I've got to be honest, that's something I can't remember. If we looted that or not. It's a one-time treasure, you see, so it might not have spawned. Oh yeah, we did get that one. It had the armlet in, didn't it? Amber armlet or something. And then the one-time treasure from this room was the just under 10,000 gil, which was very nice. And then if we just head around here, we're going to have the usual enemies, although there is going to be a dinosaur foe, which can be quite a challenge, in all honesty. Although it is avoidable, so just bear that in mind. If you want to avoid the dinosaur foe, which is level 27, I think, then you'll want to take the southern of these two paths to the east. But you will miss out on some other treasures as well. Grab me gil and me meteorite. And then we're going to go down the bottom path to begin with. Going to get rid of Bash because he's already high level. Don't want him. Or Fran really. Let's bring some of the lower levels so that they can catch up. More gil, and then we're going to continue across. Just going to ignore the neutrals, and this is the final area now before the next, well, before the next area really, but the final area of the jungle is what I'm trying to say, that we're going to be visiting today. And there's just two more treasures on the upper level in this section. Grats Penello. So the reason why some of my other characters are level 27 is because in the previous video, not in the previous numbered episode, but the previous video I made for Final Fantasy XII, I showed off a little levelling trick you can do to basically get all the way to level 99 if you want to, while being away from your controller. Now, I personally, there's that dinosaur, don't want to use that trick just because it wouldn't be fair on those that are using my guide to walk through. No problem. But I did want to make the video so that if you do want to use it, you can see how to. We only got gil in those treasures, but you can get items as well, so you know, you might want to just pop out and reset them. I'll see if we can get anything better this time. I didn't do it once though because I don't want to annoy everyone. dino hasn't respawned, but the treasures have. Oh, one of them did. So they don't have a guaranteed spawn chance, even the first time you see them. But we only got an ether that time. Each treasure in this game, by the way, has a chance of spawning either gil or an item. If it has a chance of spawning an item, or if it spawns an item, then it has a collection of 2 items it can select from, including a normal and usually a normal and a rare, and then apart from that it has a different chance of spawning items if you have the diamond armlet equipped of different items. But here we are in the Paramina Rift on our way to the mountain still. So this is a very snowy area. You can say hello to some folks. And we have a save crystal as well, so we're going to be making use of that. And I'm going to finish off the episode, guys, and we'll pick up with the snowy region in the next episode. So do come back and join me for that. If you've enjoyed watching, don't forget to hit the like button. Let me know in the comments section as well. And I'll see you all soon for more FF12. Cheers all. Take care.